Shalom, everyone. Look, I want to talk about closed doors very quickly. You see, most people in the world, you already know this, they're not living in truth. They're not operating in truth, I mean. They are living in a delusion. They are chasing fairy tales, chasing fantasies. And let me remind you, a fantasy is a story based on facts, but the facts are twisted. So it's not something non existent. But yet the facts are twisted, so it still doesn't make sense. And most people in the world, they operate like this. That's how the world is. The world operates by delusions. And now listen, you are a believer, you have the Lord. There are times the Lord will close certain doors in your life. He will close certain opportunities. He will block certain people from your life. Listen, when the Lord closes a door, it has nothing to do with you. Listen to me. Because that's the trick of the enemy that often bothers us. We often are so centered around ourselves that we blame ourselves for closed doors. Now listen, the Lord is sovereign in your life. The Lord is with you. The Lord has given you his promises, right? That means that when the Lord sees that an opportunity or something is going to harm you in the long run, he will close that door. And the way he closes the door may be painful for you, but don't be bothered by the pain. Trust the Lord. Listen, some of you want to get a better job to make more money so that you can use money for other stuff, maybe for travel or maybe for your family. It can be a noble and good thing that you want, but the Lord said no. The Lord even hinders you from getting a better job in order to make more money. You know why? Because the Lord sees into the future and he sees all that comes with it. He sees all the jealous rage of people towards you. He sees that even some of the people closest to you will turn on you. The Lord sees everything. And the Lord decided this is not going to happen. Some of you want to get a man. Some of you women want to get a man. That's something good. But the Lord will not give you the man now, because the Lord sees that the type of men you are interested in are going to harm you. So the Lord will block that door, because the Lord has better for you. Look, everyone has different types of, how do I say it? Everyone has different types of closed doors they encounter in their lives. Okay, for you it may be that you want to make more money, for you it may be that you want to get a spouse now, or maybe you want to get more friendships to be more social. It can be different things for different people. About making more friends, listen, there's nothing wrong with having friendships, okay? There's nothing wrong with being connected with much people. However, you live now in a world that's cursed, and most people agree with curses. So that's why the Lord is not opening the door for you, nor giving you the conditions to make more friends. Now listen, I can go on for hours and hours, but I will not do it. Listen, when the Lord closes a door in your life, it's for your ultimate benefit. When he closes a door, it's painful. I know. He will even use people that are painful to close doors for you. It doesn't matter how it happens. Just realize, whenever God closes a door, it's for your purpose. Look at Joseph. Joseph was sold into slavery by his own brothers. That was something very painful. The Lord permitted it to happen. But what happened? Joseph ended up in Egypt. Later in Egypt, after some years, he ended up in prison for something he didn't do. That was another door that was closed. So now he was in Egypt, but he was in jail. But look at this. From the jail, he became the prime minister of Egypt. And he ran the whole country, the whole Egyptian empire. So basically, the closed door that his brother sold him into slavery, it was the Lord removing him from where he used to be to where the Lord wanted him to go. Because the Lord knew that Joseph had to be separated from his kin in order to later redeem them as the ruler of Egypt. So the Lord permitted that door to his homeland to be closed. When he was at Potiphar's house, the Lord knew that if he would be promoted to the prime minister of Egypt while still being in Potiphar's house, it would bring a lot of jealousy and problems for Joseph. So the Lord closed that door. And he permitted that wicked woman to lie about him to get him in jail. But it was all an act of God's sovereignty. The Lord permitted it to happen because the Lord had his purpose with it. The same way, in your life, there are painful things that happens to you. There may be some mistakes you've made that later you're thinking, why did I make a mistake? Now listen, when the Lord closes a door in your life, it's for your ultimate good. You will not understand it right now. You will understand it later on. So just keep trusting the Most High. Be blessed.